Hello everyone, welcome to Clean Copper Talks. In this video, we will see what is Miyawaki method of forestation. So stay till the last. Miyawaki is a unique technique of growing fast, dense and diverse forest, especially in urban spaces. ये वो मेथड है जिससे आप फॉरेस्टेशन करेंगे, ट्रीज लगाएंगे, प्लांट्स लगाएंगे, सो स्पीड ज़्यादा रहेगी, बहुत जल्दी 2 से 3 साल में डेवलप हो जाते हैं, डेंस फॉरेस्टेशन रहती है और डाइवर्स तरीके के प्लांट्स एंड ट्रीज कैन बी planted. So who founded this method? This method was founded by a Japanese botanist, डॉक्टर अकीरा मियावाकी, जो कि योकोहामा नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी में प्रोफेसर थे. ड्यूरिंग 1970s उन्होंने रिसर्च किया कि which type of plants, which type of trees are there in Japan, in his region, around his area, and which type of plants are able to survive more. What he found कि जो native plants, trees थे, they were more adapted to the local environment. वहाँ के soil conditions, वहाँ की climate conditions, वहाँ की ecological conditions को better तरीके से adapted थे. So जो native plants and trees थे, they were able to stay there for a long time, and they were also resistant to the disasters. So that's why he gave this theory कि native species should only be used in the Miyawaki method of forestation, which is a very helpful tool to restore natural ecosystems. So the key principles है Miyawaki method की, that you have to use only native species, सिर्फ और सिर्फ native species ही use करना है. Back in the days during British era in India and the early period of post post independence, बहुत सारे plants ऐसे थे इंडिया में जो exotic थे. They were foreigns like pine and eucalyptus, which were brought and planted in northern region of India, especially Punjab, UP, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and all those area. Now, what was observed, like pine in the northern area and during near Kashmir and Uttarakhand, pine had created acidic conditions for the soil. Pine had changed the ecosystem. It had not allowed the nearby small plants and trees to grow, and it has disturbed the local habitat also of the uh, flora and fauna nearby those trees. Pine replaced oak, which was a native of India. Similarly, eucalyptus was planted in many parts of Punjab and Uttar Pradesh, and what was observed was eucalyptus has uh, high water demand because of its fast growth. It takes a lot of water, and as a result, the water table in the area surrounding eucalyptus trees, especially in Punjab and Uttar Pradesh, was going down very fast. So all these plants which are or trees which are exotic to India, uh, they have some conditions which are not suitable for the this Indian conditions, and that's why it is said that only native species should be used in Miyawaki method. According to the professor, that native plants or native environment have all the conditions required by that particular plant or tree. It has good soil conditions, it has good climate conditions, it has good ecological conditions which supports the growth and development of that particular tree. That's why only native species should be used. Another principle of Miyawaki method is dense planting. At least 3 to 5 samplings per square meter should be used, uh, so that the density of forest in that particular density of plants or trees in the forest is very high. And multi-layer forest, shrubs, sub trees, canopies, sub canopies should be used, so that not just one type of tree but different type of trees and plants are there. It also helps in soil enrichment, and no chemicals should be used. Only organic soil enrichment such as compost or manure should be done. No chemical treatment, no fertilizer should be added. These are the four principles of Miyawaki method. Now the key steps is site selection and soil analysis. While analyzing the site, while selecting a site, you have to analyze the characteristics of soil, its water holding capacity, its fertility, its porosity, and all those soil analysis should be done, and it should be consulted with an ecology expert or a botanist key which type of plants are native to that area and which type of plants or trees are suitable for that particular type of soil. Second step is, after site selection and soil analysis, soil enhancement should be done using compost and manure naturally produced without addition of any chemical. Then selection of 20-30 native species. You can go beyond 30 also, 20 to 50 native species from different uh, hierarchy should be used, such as canopy, subcanopy, shrubs, all those different types of plants and trees should be used. Then dense plantation should be done, and mulching and watering for 2 to 3 years is required. You need to pay attention to the forest for at least for 2 to 3 years, and after 2 to 3 years, the forest becomes self-sufficient. However, still for 5 to 10 years, you may need to do the mulching and watering. Watering might not be required, but at least mulching will be required. But initial 2 3 years, a regular care is required to the forest. So why Miyawaki forest should be done? Because it grows 10 times faster as compared to the conventional forest. Therefore, these days, as we can see, due to population growth, a lot of urban or the concrete jungle has been developed, and there's hardly any carbon sink present. Therefore, we need a lot of plants and trees, and therefore this method finds to be a good option to develop rapidly a green forest surrounding our area. Then this forest is 30 times more denser than the conventional forest and becomes self-sustaining after 2 to 3 years, and improves air quality and biodiversity. Therefore, Miyawaki forest should be an option while developing forest. What are the advantages of Miyawaki method? It is efficient use of space because the density of plants and trees are very high, such that 2 to 3 saplings per square meter. Therefore, the space use is very nicely done. Therefore, the efficiency of use of space is good. Pollution and noise control, because of development of fast plants and trees. Pollution will be in control, noise will be in control, carbon will be synced, and a lot of oxygen will be given out. Then rich in biodiversity, such forests are rich in biodiversity. A different and wide range of flora and fauna could be found surrounding the particular environment. Community different efforts are helpful for this. And urban heat reduction, you can always find when you step into a forest, when you step inside some greenery or some planted area, the temperature difference from the previous concrete or the pavement area. Therefore, urban heat will be reduced if you try to plant Miyawaki forest. Now, what are the limitations? The first and major limitation is the higher cost involvement. The initial steps, such as preparation of soil, preparation of plants, mulching, and watering, all those requires quite good cost. Therefore, the initial cost requirement will be high. The specifics requires a specific soil preparation, which needs expert advice. Technical skilled person are required to do that particular work. Then needs care and maintenance for the first few years. So as I said, 2 to 3 years, the initial 2 to 3 years, it is required to uh, it requires regular care. Therefore, these are three limitations of the Miyawaki method. So there are different examples of Miyawaki method being successful in India, especially in the metros such as Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, and Bengaluru. A lot of different places in these metros have adopted Miyawaki forest and has got good results. Then there are government and NGOs also which have also developed and tried and developed forest using Miyawaki method. For example, the Delhi Ridge, which once upon was a very barren land, no trees, no birds, no animals were there, has now very greenery space covered with all sorts of plants and trees, improved biodiversity and better air quality in just 3 years is a good example of Miyawaki method afforestation. In Mumbai also, because of the Subhendu Sharma, which created Miyawaki forest in schools, corporate campuses and public space. It's one of the most notable projects of the Subhendu Sharma is Vaje Urban Forest, which has more than 6,000 trees on just in a small space of 2 acres. So these are some of the examples of Miyawaki method afforestation. Then how Miyawaki method and is relevant to India and to the environmental challenges. So the first is urban pollution. With cities like Delhi, Bombay facing severe air pollution, Miyawaki forest acts as a natural air filter. It acts as a carbon sink and it helps to reduce the urban temperature. Therefore, it is very relevant to the present environmental challenges present in India. Land degradation. India has 96 million hectares of degraded land. Therefore, the method restores soil fertility and prevents erosion. Therefore, Miyawaki method can be used in such a barren land to redevelop the land to restore its fertility and to do the soil to prevent such erosion. Climate change. India has pledged to create 2.5 to 3 billion ton carbon sinks by 2030 as per Paris Agreement. Therefore, Miyawaki method aligns as it has a high capacity to carbon sequestration. Biodiversity loss. With 21% of India's species threatened, the method supports native ecosystems, which acts as a host and habitat of wide range of flora and fauna. Therefore, biodiversity could be restored in such a forest when Miyawaki method is used. Now, applications of Miyawaki methods are urban park, school ground, corporate campuses, roadside buffer, and reclaiming degraded land. I will say all those spaces, all those land, all those places where green forest, plants, trees are required, where you need to restore the soil fertility, where you need to restore the water table, where you need to restore the lost habitat of different types of animals. Miyawaki method will be a very suitable method for forestation and will help you to sort out all those problems. Now, how do you get involved in Miyawaki method? You should collaborate with the national and local NGOs, organize drives in schools, apply in residential societies, and become a green variant. Finally, small spaces can grow real forests. Miyawaki is not just a method, it's a movement for greener cities and healthier lives. Therefore, Miyawaki method should be followed if you want to grow fast, dense trees, rich in biodiversity, rich in soil fertility, rich in water table, rich in habitat for wide range of animals. Miyawaki method should be followed. So this was all about Miyawaki method. Hope you liked it. If yes, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in next video.